Hi, my name is Bae Bonalle, and I'm a student from Stuyvesant High School in New York City. Today, I will be presenting the Bae Bot, a personalized art teacher that will revolutionize our education. The reason I began this project was to bridge the gap between my own interest in art and my interest in technology. I've been an artist for as long as I can remember, and I wanted to apply my knowledge of coding to see what I can make. In addition, recent developments of AI in the field of art have created a lot of chaos and uncertainty for artists, and I wanted to prove that AI can be a tool and not just a competitor. Studies show that 61% of artists see AI as a threat to the workforce, so having a tool like this can be incredibly important. The BayBot uses AI and image analysis to provide beginner artists with feedback on their artwork in terms of color, composition, value, and more. With this project, I aim to help beginner artists who may have a difficult time learning traditional concepts in art. Traditional art classes can be very expensive, while online materials are never individualized to each artist. This product provides the best of both worlds by using the artistic expertise of AI to give art students instant feedback for free. The feedback given is entirely personalized to the artist's work, giving them real and actionable advice. Now I'm going to walk you through a brief demo of the BayBot in action. Here you can see a quick layout of the site. The first step is for the artist to input an image of their artwork, as well as any additional information they may want to include. This could be the feeling, mood, or concept they are attempting to portray, the medium or technique they use to make their piece, any artist notes, and additional questions for the AI. The artist is welcome here to put as much or as little information as they deem necessary. I'll be using this watercolor as my demonstration piece and this artist input. Calm emotions, watercolor, and the question, what colors can I add? So next, the artist is going to choose the element of their art that they want the AI to evaluate. Currently, they can choose between color, composition, and value, but I plan to add more later on in the process. The option they choose will determine what data they want to be collected from the image they submit, as well as what the AI provides feedback on. Finally, the artist can press Analyze Image and receive custom feedback from the AI. So here, the AI is quickly describing the color palette of the painting, saying that it has soft and muted tones, but it recommends to incorporate even more warm tones and provide additional contrast to make it more dynamic. So next we're going to dive into how this product works to analyze the color scheme of an artwork. Once the artist presses submit, the information provided will be sent to my JavaScript program. This program will send the image to Python, which will then evaluate the color scheme. My Python program uses OpenCV to evaluate the dominant colors found in the artwork. OpenCV is a library used primarily for computer vision and image processing. The dominant colors are found through a process known as k-means clustering. I chose to find 10 of the most prevalent colors in each artwork, which would then be fed into the AI. And here you can see in the console the RGB values generated from this image, as well as a description. I used a Hugging Face API to generate this image caption with Blip, so that the AI knows more about the artwork. The model I used is by Salesforce, and it's called Blip Image Captioning Base. Finally, I put the RGB values from OpenCV, the image caption from Blip, and the information provided from the artist into a large language model. The model I used here is called Mistral AI. You can see the results here directly in the console. I also have one final demo, and this is used by a drawing I made when I was probably 7 or 8. And I really wanted to demonstrate that anyone can use this bot. The point is to show that anyone can be an artist no matter what skill level they're starting from. I wanted to make art more accessible to anybody, even those who are just starting out. So I actually have the artwork right here. And here the information I put in was blissful mood, crayons, and marker. And here you can see the output. So it says the color palette of your drawing is quite vibrant and youthful, which complements the blissful mood of the scene. And then it picked up the detail of the duck and the duckling to show the cool and the warm tones. And it talks about the contrast and the textures used. And then here it also provides actionable feedback for the artist. So it says that the artist should add more shading and highlights to create more depth, which, obviously the drawing is lacking, and add shadows to create three-dimensionality. And then it also talks about, using saturated and less saturated colors, as this drawing is mostly made up of very saturated colors. And then finally, these adjustments will help elevate your drawing and showcase your artistic skills. So the next steps will be to add additional features, such as editing the image with AI software. I'm planning to use Stable Diffusion for this process, and I would input the information provided by the Mistral AI to make changes in the artwork. In addition, I'd also like to detect each object in the painting to give the AI more information to work with. I also wanted to add a pro tier using these different features. So for things that might cost money for me to personally use, like features like Stable Diffusion, if I need access to a better GPU, then I could add a pro tier to kind of counteract those costs. Finally, I want to plan and market this service through social media and build a loyal user base. I wanted to thank my coach, Sarah, for her help throughout this project. Her expertise has been invaluable, and I want to thank her for all her work and dedication. And I'd also like to thank my mom for all her support. Thank you so much for listening.
Super, super cool, Bae. Thank you so much for sharing this. I invite the audience to ask any questions in the Q&A, but I have one to kick it off. What are your dreams for how this impressive tool that you've created could be used and by whom?
I'm mainly targeting it towards beginner artists who are just getting started in their art journey and, maybe don't want to commit to paying for expensive art lessons, but still want to kind of get a feel for different mediums and find ways to improve. I'm aiming to market it with social media so that it can find people like that, right? Especially a younger audience that is already interested in art or on art social media platforms.
Very cool. We have a question that came in from the audience. Can users upload any type of drawing, or are there limitations on the image format or style?
So currently, I can only upload smaller images, but I'm planning to work around that. But eventually, yes, people will be able to upload any kind of image.
Very cool. And just because I'm curious, what inspired you to focus your kind of computer science and AI towards art?
Yeah, I've actually been interested in art for a really long time, and I was also interested in, CS and coding, and I was just thinking about ways that I could incorporate these two ideas. So when I thought of this, I was just super excited to bring in both my knowledge of art and then also my knowledge of, coding and AI.
Very cool. We have another question that came in. How many hours of dedicated work went into this project?
I would say a lot, a lot of really late nights uh, and kind of work. So
Awesome.
if I had to guess, well, I don't have an exact number, but definitely a really long time.
And how many months did you work on your project?
I think I started in November, but really focused in like the past few months.
And we have another question from the audience. What's the most challenging part of your journey so far?
The most challenging part was honestly just debugging all of these different parts because there's a lot of moving pieces in this project, right? Uh, like, using the different APIs and then using the Mistral AI. So there's just a lot of different parts. So getting them all to work at the same time was definitely a challenge.
Awesome. Well, this was super impressive. Obviously took a lot of work.